Hi, Samantha. How are you today?
I'm good. Just crazy busy with tax season. How about yourself?
I'm good. Probably not as busy as you are right now, but doing good. So, thank you so much for coming on today. And I am very excited to talk about money mindset because I think that that is very, very important and something a lot of people struggle with, especially as podcasters. Our goal is to eventually make money from our podcast. So, I would love for you to start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for having me. Yes, so my name is Samantha. I have two adorable boys, 6 and 2. They are my life, but they do drive me nuts. I have
Go
oh,
ahead.
okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I have a husband I have a husband. Okay, I'm sorry. Can we just
No, yeah, go
redo this?
ahead. Yep.
Okay. I'm just like, I'm usually good at, I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Fine. I can edit anything out. So go ahead. You can start over if you want.
I can start over.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I am a mother of two adorable boys, 6 and 2. I've been married for over 20 years. I own a tax and consulting practice for over 6 years. We're two awesome women. I love my morning workouts. I think that's key to my success. And that's what builds my foundation for the day. People always ask, how do you wake up at 4 a.m.? And the thing is, it's so important for me to do that because if I wake up with my kids, I'm just all over the place. So I see a huge difference in my productivity. So, and that's important to me. So, it's just a habit. Once you get in the habit, it's just like nothing. It's just a part of your routine. So that's what I do. I think it's so important is to have that routine with the working out and then journalizing and just getting my thoughts together. Because when I'm working out, that's when I get my thoughts and the most important things that are going on in my life.
Yes, I love that because if you don't take care of yourself first, how can you take care of everything else? You can't give from an empty cup. So,
Absolutely.
so self-care is very, very important because I think that helps set your mindset up for the day too, to get you in the right place that you want to do your work from and be a mother from and a wife and a friend and all the other roles that we have to take on as women.
It really is. I mean, the endorphins, I don't know, it does something, but every time I'm working out, that's when I figure out all the creative things about my business and my life. So, yeah,
Yes, when we get quiet and get into our bodies, that's when we really
absolutely.
hear our intuition or voice or whatever you want to call it come into
Yes.
play. So I know that money mindset is really important to you. So I would love to know what you find is some of the biggest struggles with your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I've seen for over 15 years and doing this for so long is that a lot of my clients, they want to grow their business, they want to sustain their business. But the thing is, in order to sustain and grow your business, you have to take risk. You can take calculated risk as educated risk, but you got to take risk. And you always have to look at any kind of investment or opportunity as, a cost benefit analysis. So if you say, wow, this is too much, that's the money mindset. It's the limiting beliefs we have as, growing up. And believe me, I've had them. And, constantly, I still struggle with it. But the thing is, if you have these limiting beliefs about money, how are you ever going to be able to grow? So the thing is, you always look as an entrepreneur, you have to see, okay, what's it going to cost me? But what's the benefit long term? And let's say, for instance, if I tell you I can save you $10,000, but it costs $5,000, it's a no brainer, right? I mean, you're getting you 10,000, but you're giving me five. But some, with a money mindset, oh my God, 5,000. They're not looking at it from a big picture. And that's what I always advise my clients. If you're going to grow, if you're going to sustain your business, you have to take risk and you have to look at money and opportunities in a different way.
Yeah, I just actually had to do that in my business. I just hired my first team member because I'm like,
Oh,
if I don't
congrats.
hire somebody, I can't grow. I'm maxed out on time. So it was,
Right.
is it worth the money to get some time back to grow my business? And it definitely was. So even though, I'm not a fan of paying out of money, but it was going to give me more clients and more time back. So yeah, definitely weighing out those decisions.
Well, good for you. And do you feel like it helped you? Like, as far as like, you feel like less stress?
Yes, the second she
Yeah.
said yes and I hired her, I was like, "Oh my God, I have like a day I can actually like work on my own business instead of like my
Right.
client's business." Like it was such a relief and now I can actually take on more other clients too. So, Yeah, it was just like a huge weight off my shoulder.
No, absolutely. And I think what's important is that we see that delegation, we want to do everything. And the thing is,
Mhm.
you can't do it all. You could have it all, but you can't do it all. And that's a struggle. And we need to delegate and automate in order to grow,
Mm.
because if we don't, we're just going to lose our minds.
Yeah.
We'll be stuck and we can't grow because we can't do it all. So congratulations. That's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That was my whole thinking. It took me a while to get there, but yeah.
Hey, you got there. That's all that matters.
Yes. So I think we become entrepreneurs, or at least most of us do, because we really want that financial freedom. But
Yes.
how, I think financial freedom can mean a lot of things. How do we figure out what that means to us?
So for me, and this is what I see for a majority of people as well, is that so 5 years ago, I had lost my mom. So what happened? I was always on the routine with when growing up, it's you get a good job, you retire at 65, and that's how I lived my life. But once I lost her, I realized, oh my God, like life is too short. And I know we know that, but when something happens to you, that's when you like make adjustments. And I said, I don't want to live like this. I want to be able to control my life. So financial freedom is about controlling your time, and not being controlled by anybody else or time. You're able to control your time. And the only way to do that is to have enough income to offset your expenses, passive income without you having. So if you didn't want to work tomorrow, you don't have to because you have enough income to sustain your lifestyle. That's financial freedom. It's not always about money. It's about time, but you need money so you can get the time.
Mhm.
So that's what financial freedom to me. And I think a lot of the people that what they want is more time back to spend with their family and friends and themselves to focus on themselves. Yeah, so that's a big part of what I want as far as my life and being able to do what I want to do.
Yes, I agree. Me too. Yes. Thinking about it, not just as money coming in, but what time are you
Right.
getting? There's a lot of other factors when it comes to financial freedom.
Absolutely. You ever hear the quote, money doesn't buy happiness?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that really, it doesn't. It doesn't buy happiness, but it buys time.
Yes.
And I know everybody wants time.
Yes. Never seems to be enough time in the day.
Yeah.
Yes. So I know you also stress the importance of knowing your numbers, which I know a lot of entrepreneurs find scary, going into the back end of their business. But what are some tips you have for helping us stay on top of those numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest tip I have is to get an automated system, financial system like QuickBooks. I'm a big fan of QuickBooks. It's very easy to use. And when you have financial statements right there from, live, like where you can just download them so you can figure out where your business, how your business is doing, that's everything. Because, if you want to make better financial decisions for yourself, for your future, your business, you need to know where you stand at all times. And it really is not hard to do. I just always tell clients, do it when you first start. Don't wait, because as you scale and grow, it's harder to manage it all. So get the foundation set up now. And I promise you, if you set up now properly, you will grow and sustain your business much faster.
Mhm. Yeah, that's one of the first things that I did too. And I go in and check it every morning as part of my morning checklist just to make
Oh,
sure
good for
everything's good.
you.
Yeah. I like to stay on top of it.
Absolutely. And it does, and it helps, right? I mean,
Mhm.
as far as your money mindset and your business mindset, understanding your finances for your business, because you know where you might need to make adjustments.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
like to kind of control things. So I like to be in control of knowing where everything is and where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So my next question, let's see. So people, they hear the word invest
Yeah.
with money, and I know nothing about investing, and so I have not really looked into it or anything because it sounds scary. It sounds like a lot of numbers, a lot of data you have to figure out. So why is it important to invest early, and how do we even get started?
Okay, so I'll give you this example. So right now, inflation's around 6%, right? So if you have $100 in the bank right now, you just lost $6, right? So you have, because what happens is your money's not worth what it was because of inflation. So that's the key. So the only way to grow your money is to invest. And that's why it's so important, because if you don't invest, your money is not going to be what it's worth in 20 years. because of inflation. So investing helps your money grow and keep growing for you. So it's really not scary. I know what society makes it feels like it's scary, but it's not. You can go on to a brokerage account, invest in some kind of index fund. It's very easy to set up, and you just leave your money there, even though I know the market is not doing so well right now, but this happens. It happens, but in over 100 years, the return on investment in an index fund's been around 8%, and that's higher than the inflation that's happening right now. So, there's a lot of different ways to invest. We can get really involved with real estate, stocks, businesses, stuff like that. But I think it's so important to start early too, because the earlier you start, the more compound interest works for you. So if you don't start now, it's when you start later, you're going to have to just save more.
That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's just trying to understand there's a lot of terms. I think it comes with investing, like, what are the terms, like the Roth accounts, and I don't even know them all. And it just gets so overwhelming that we just I can't do this and walk away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's why it's always good to find a professional you trust, like a CFP, a certified financial planner. If find someone, a CFP that you can trust, that they can explain all this to you, because it's so crucial to know this, and you're going to want to know this now rather than later. So definitely, I would always suggest find the professionals out there that can help you.
Yes, definitely. So as entrepreneurs, what do you feel is the first step we should take to start managing our money?
The first step, I always say, is that you need to first understand how to manage your personal finances, because you can't start a business and understand how to manage your business finances if you don't have your personal finances intact. So understand your personal finances, get ahead with that, and then it'll be much easier to manage your business finances, because now you'll know how to manage from doing your personal. But if your personal is out of whack, the likelihood of your business being able, to manage your money is probably not, so you have to be consistent. And then I would say what's huge is, when you have a business, you shouldn't commingle your personal and business accounts. You should have separate credit cards, separate checking accounts. Because what happens, let's say you have a business and you want to grow and you want to get investors in. Investors want to know how much you're making for your business. The thing is, if you have personal and business, how can you provide that information to them if it's all commingled and you don't even know how much your business is making?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, definitely. That's one of the first things I did learn, was get 2 separate bank accounts.
Yes, absolutely.
Just so much easier to manage too.
Yes, because let's say, for instance, you have your personal credit card, and you have all these Amazon transactions. How are you going to be able to tell which one was for business and personal? I mean, Amazon just shows Amazon. It's not going to give you a detailed list of it. So it's just a lot cleaner that way. It's just starting out that way, instead of waiting. Mm-hmm.
Yes, my husband learned that the hard way. He has a coffee shop, and he was just a sole proprietor to begin with. And was using one account, and I'm like, this is confusing to figure out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know now he's an LLC, and you definitely have to keep them separate for an LLC. So this next little segment is just a few little fun questions I like to ask every guest. So what is your favorite mindset book?
So my favorite book that I'm actually reading, almost done with, which is amazing. It's called You Can Have It All, Just Not at the Same Damn Time, by Romy Neustadt, because it really puts in perspective that you need to delegate and you need to automate, and just in order to grow in your personal life and your professional life. It's a really great book.
Oh, I haven't read that one. I'll have to add that to my
really
list. Good. Yeah, that sounds really good. That's kind of where I'm
Absolutely.
at in my stage. So yeah, I definitely want to read that one.
Definitely recommend that. So good.
Do you have any affirmations that you use to help you?
Absolutely. And this is how I live my life. If you are persistent, you will get it. If you are consistent, you will keep it. And that's that's what I believe. I don't believe you have to be the best. I don't believe you have to be the fastest. I believe that if you stay consistent and you stay the course, it will work out. It's all about consistency in everything in your life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's what I tell my podcast clients all the time. I'm like, you're not going to start out making any money really on your podcast, you have to be consistent and keep up with it. It's so important. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because not everything is not, everybody wants fast gratification, instant gratification, but it doesn't work like that. And then they're like, oh, you know what? It didn't work. And I'm guilty of it, believe me, but I've learned so much in life that you have to stay the course. It will work out. And it has. So
Yep, just
definitely
keep up with
recommend
it.
just stay the course. Don't give up.
Yes. So, do you have a favorite podcast?
Yes, I love podcasts, but my favorite one is called Bigger Pockets. I'm a big love real estate investing, and because I love the financial freedom it provides. So yes, I love real estate. I love everything real estate. So Bigger Pockets, great podcast if you're into real estate investing, or if you're ever want to start real estate investing, because real estate investing has a lot of benefits, both from a tax perspective and financial freedom perspective. So
Oh, that's awesome. So I want to thank you so much for coming on. This was a great talk and gave us a lot of tips on how to handle our money mindset and our finances in our business. So will you tell people how they can connect more with you?
yes, absolutely. So I have an Instagram called Sam Virtual CFO. I have my website, my tax website, www.rsktax.com. And I also have my own website, www.samanthasantaniello.com, because I do offer a one course, which is regarding helping new business owners set the foundation for their financial, for the business on the financial side. And then I have my tax and consulting practice, which is separate.
Awesome. I will make sure all of those links are in the show notes. And
Thank
thank you
you.
again for coming on. This was a great conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.